My name is Leslie Billingsley, and I play Mookie on Brotherz. Mookie's he's over the edge, and he knows he's over the edge. So like he could see the end of the cliff coming. He's one of these people, like he just reacts. And I don't think he's so over the edge that he's just reacting without understanding the circumstances. I think he knows the circumstances, but he's like, I'm gonna do it anyway.
My name is Zay Diggs, and I play Jeremiah on Brotherz. Jeremiah is like, he represents a lot of kids today. Like they're on the gate with whether they want to live the street life or they want to be ambitious and find something that they're in. Like he knows that is more in his life, so to speak, because he works a job, which is a good thing, but at the end of the day, he wants to be more. And he looks around him. His examples are his friends, Moogie and Kenny, which are gang members. But he know that life really isn't for him, and he feel uneasy about it. But at the end of the day, he's like a real good friend. So he's gonna ride with his friends until, like, I guess the realization is that it's either you play in the street or you gonna be good. There's no in between.
My name is Gilberto Diaz, and I play Jose in the new show Brotherz. Jose is a very I think he's very determined, he's very focused, and he's a stubborn guy. He knows what he wants, and he has an idea, has a vision of how to get it, what to follow to get to where he wants to get.
I definitely feel as I can relate to the character of Mookie. I grew up with the character like Mookie. I really did. Like I know that person intimately. And when this person sees that interview, he'll know who I'm talking about. Like I know that person. So I know what happens to the Mookies that don't make it to the end of the line, and then I see what happens when, they become, grown men, and then they have children. And then the things they did in their youth, it seems crazy now as they look like back at the generation, the kids now, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, doing the same things they did. So, it's not one of those things like, I didn't want Mookie to be a caricature of what they think like a young 20-year-old kid from the hood, from the projects is like. I didn't want him to look like that because I know that kid. I know that person. I grew up with that person, so I could definitely relate to him.
Sound speed.
Scene 4, take 3.
Of course, we got to do that.
That was great though.
I messed up that part.
I like the fact that he wants to be his own man. Like, that says a lot. Because most people, when they're young, they just let society mold them. So I know that further down the line, he's going to figure out what it is he wants in life. And that's exciting to me. I really like that because that's similar to myself. Like, I always knew that I wanted more out of life. So for me to portray that is just like, I feel like it was meant to be.
I have to relate to my character. As an actor, that's my job. My job is to... the first question I ask myself after I read the script is, how can I relate to this character? That's my job. I have to relate to my character. I have to be empathetic with this person I'm going to bring to life. So I will have to find a way to understand what he's going through and be able to live through that.
They're going to see this one thing, and they're going to be like, yo, that's Mookie. Yo, Mookie's crazy. They think, yo, that's just him. But then as it goes further, as you get further into who he really is, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to find, you're going to see, okay, he has these different sides to him, why he is the way he is, why he is ruthless, why he is dangerous, why he's like genuinely a dangerous person. But also, too, why he loves people the way he loves, like why he loves Jeremiah the way he loves him. I thought about it, like even developing the character, like, why these two are so close, or why is it that nothing ever happens to Jeremiah if that's his best friend and he's easy to get to, because in the hood, that's really what happens. Like, they'll get somebody that's close to you. But I think that's because people are afraid of Mookie. So nothing's ever going to happen to Jeremiah because they're too afraid of what he'll do.
There are certain certain things that he can't find in his biological family. And he will find that in this other family and this other brothers that he will make. As for now, he's so in love with the idea of becoming part of this other family that he might encounter problems becoming this and having to manage this biological part of the family that he's creating by his own.
Scene 27N, take 2.
My bad. I'm looking for my cousin.
Oh, your cousin lives here?
Yeah. He told me to meet him here. I don't know where he is, but I don't mean to disturb.
Oh, no worries, homie. Ain't nobody disturbed. It's because we damn sure in the wrong place.
Filming in Paterson, New Jersey, like, it's just a different vibe, and everyone out there is just so different because I come from New York. So to see like how people live out there and just to see how they embraced us, the community, on days that we was filming on people's blocks, people would come out and they just want to be a part of what we're doing and like show love. It was just like, the biggest challenge for me was just coming out to New Jersey. Like, that was the hard part because I like my sleep, but you know, it was worth it just to experience this. Like, I really appreciate it.
Acting, I got into acting for 2 reasons. So I got into acting for one reason, my parents got divorced when I was real young. So when my dad left, you know, when he came and picked me up on Saturdays, we went to go to the movies. That's what we did. So all those movies we went to see, I mean, we went to see action movies, we went to see a lot of things. And I just, so that kind of thing, you know, always going to the movies with my father on Saturday, that built in me, like, you know what I mean? But then the flip side of that coin is on Saturday nights, you know, naturally I got to stay up later. So me and my mother would watch old films. So, I mean, you know, we watched Raisin in the Sun, we watched Sidney Poitier, we watched Lilies of the Field, we would watch, you know what I mean? I used to watch Westerns. I still watch Westerns because of my grandmother. You know what I mean? I grew up watching Westerns with my grandmother. So it's all these people that had an influence on me. And then it kind of just naturally, I just naturally transitioned into it. Like, yo, this is what I want to do.
What got me into acting was those previous experiences in school in which I had 10 people in front of me asking me to do stuff. And I started to feel like I had something they didn't because they were asking me for that. So that's when I noticed and I said, wait, I think I have something they don't. I think I need to develop this and become someone better at this, because I like what I receive after I do what I do. You know, and I like what I feel when I am in it, when I'm in that moment, acting and giving these people something, giving them a message or giving them a little happiness, and you know, here, take this. And what I received, the feedback was so magical that I said, okay, this is something I really want to do.
I always went to movies. I was always into movies. Like, I remember my parents taking me to movies. Like, that's one of our favorite pastimes. Like, if you go in my house, I got every DVD, movie, Blu-ray now that you could think of. Like, I'm a movie head, so I'm the type of person that I use movie lines in real life conversation. Like, that's how deep I'm into it. And it started with my love of movies, and then like just being in my house, and I could just, like, I have a habit of when I meet someone, I just analyze them, and I could just study their habits, and I can imitate them. So I would do that often in my house. Like, I could imitate my whole house, like mother, father, sisters, like, and I would just do that to entertain them. And then, like, I didn't really know how to go about it. So I started relatively late in acting. Like, you know, some people, they're born into it, child actors, but I started a little late. But once I started, I never stopped. That was the main thing. So I always had like the love in my heart of storytelling, but it's just like I didn't know how to channel that. And then when I got the opportunity to, I ran with it. Like that was the main thing. Like just trying to figure out what's my lane. And when I found it, I kept it.
Like when you've been acting for like a long time, and like you keep pushing, and you just keep trying to tell yourself like, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. And then, you know everybody has days when they doubt it, right? And I'm not even gonna lie, I'll tell you a little story. So like a year ago, I remember like all my shit had slowed up big time. Like it had, a screeching halt. I remember standing in my mother's kitchen and crying. Big brother with muscles just crying. And my mother just gave me a hug because I was just like, I don't know what to do no more. I don't know if this shit is gonna happen, Ma. And she said, you just gotta keep going. She said, you just gotta keep going. And so, it means a lot to get to get a role that that can bring your best out, that you can bring something to. No matter if it's something you think you've seen before, like a character you haven't seen, a character like Mookie before. You haven't seen a character like Jeremiah. You haven't seen a character like Kenny, Frankie, Jose. You haven't seen these guys before. You think you have, but you haven't seen these people before. So when I get a role like this, getting something like this, it's more motivation. Naturally you got to find that motivation from within, but then, when you get things like this and you get around these people that got that same energy as you, then you know that God is leading you in the right direction. Everybody hits speed bumps. So that's what I hit. I hit a speed bump, no harm, no foul. Everybody hits a speed bump. But when I get something like this, and then you meet these people, and then just the way it happened, right from the first day from the first reading we did, with everybody in the same room. I remember Marquise eating up all the chicken and shit. Zay over there smiling. He had you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody just coming together to do what they do. It just really felt like old friends. And that's how it feels. Every time we come to set, it feels like old friends. It feels like family.
It's always a great experience being on set with other people, with so many different type of actors, and it's always a great experience. And this is what I like to do. I like to go to a set, prepare a character, and play with the other actor. So it's always a great experience to be able to play with other actors.
It means to me, it's like the transition of my career. I feel like this is the first time like a storyline is like revolved around me as far as my character. So I feel like that's like the changing of the guard, so to speak. Like now I'm stepping into being like a leading man and being that character that people could sell their show on. And it means the world to me. Like that opportunity, I'm forever grateful to Safiyah, Joanna, just everybody that's involved in the project, because like people don't want to take a gamble on people that they don't really know. So for me to be like an up and coming actor and somebody to tell me that they believe in you and your ability is like, it's priceless. Like that's my heart right there. So I give 110% every time I get on set just because of that. This show is in a way my baby too. Like, I love it just as much as the creators love it. So it means a lot to me.
I know it's tough. There's gonna be dry spots. You're gonna check all the casting notices one day and not a damn thing is gonna fit you. Nope, I've seen it. Nope, they want tall guys. Nope, they want you to be built this way. Nope, they want your hair to look this way. Nope, you can't have tattoos. Okay, so, and you gotta be a certain height. That definitely puts me out. So you're gonna check days, you're gonna have weeks like that. Keep sending it. Keep sending it for stuff even if you don't fit for it. They want a Caucasian actor, but it fits for you, send the shit anyway. Because you never know. Only thing they can say is no or not respond. And sometimes they will respond because honestly a director doesn't know what he wants until he sees you. Maybe he does want a Caucasian actor. Maybe he does want a Spanish actor. Maybe he does want a black actor. But if you're none of those things and you come in and you give them something different, you could change their mind.
So I'm gonna look at you who is struggling, who wants to be an actor, and even you who is just wondering and fantasizing about the idea of becoming an actor. You just gotta do it. That's it. You do it, and you do it, and you don't stop. Before you do it, you need to establish your priorities.
I just want to say that if you're out there pursuing acting and that's what you want to do as your profession, you just got to be persistent and consistent. Consistency is the key to success, because it's a lot of rejection in acting. So you got to have thick skin, and you just got to, sometimes you got to motivate yourself. That's the key. Like, just figure out what your motivation is and just stick to that, because that's going to hold you down in your times of wanting to quit and give up. And I would say that you got to be passionate about it. You got to love what you do. You got to research it, study the greats. You got to study the greats to be great, and just go out there and do it. That's the only true way to learn, by doing. So stay consistent, work hard, study your craft, and you'll be all right. Your time is coming, because everybody got their time to shine. God, He instilled the gift in everybody. So it's up to you to look inside yourself and take what's yours. You'll make it.